Welcome on the Budding Entrepreneur. Today on the show we feature Ken OYAYA. He is a doctor of superbikes. He is an engineer and a mechanic. Today we are venturing into this business of superbikes, a venture that is up on the rise in the country. We just want to find how super is this side of the trade. Join me, I'm Preston.
My name is OYAYA Kenneth. I am an pilot, and I'm a, how do I put it? I'm a bike consultant, I'm a bike engineer, I'm a bike racer, I'm a bike trainer. I'll say I do everything related to bikes in a nutshell.
So let's start from a very different angle.
Yeah.
Tell us about the bikes and the business of bikes right now in the country.
It's a good business, and I'm proud to say that there are some guys I started with and now they're doing well. And I'll say thanks to me. Ingawa hajaniletea mbuzi kushukuru. But when we were starting this business, I remember there were only like 2 garages, and they were not serious. No one had commercialized this thing. I think I'm the first to ever commercialize it in a private way. You know, when you're dealing with the Yamahas, the BMW companies, those are dealers. But no one had commercialized sports biking into a more commercial, entrepreneurial way of doing it. So I just started by accident. I was running clubs, Kitambo, and the club business is one tricky thing. You know, the cops deal with you like a drug dealer, so it was a bit cumbersome. You're either always at the police station or you're bribing a cop somewhere to make things work. So it was like I needed to do something different. So I have an engineering background, inborn and trained both. I'll say the inborn part is actually what helps me. I'm more intuitive, we're going to checking problems, I'm problem solving and all. So there's a friend of mine, he runs Extreme Garage. And we used to work together. We employed me and him at Flores. So I used to go hang out at his garage, and I was like, this looks good. So I used to advise him on making cars, a few things. We used to advise each other. Then one day he told me, just, why don't you start making bikes here? You like bikes. So I just bombarded my bike and rebuilt it and posted it on social media. Yeah, I was just playing around with it, and guys liked it. And the business just picked up. I was getting clients and everything, so I became serious. And given my marketing and trade marketing background, I combined those two into the garage because people were just mechanicals. People were not marketing. People were not advertising. Brought in a few guys. You're selling bikes, okay, come in. You're selling gear, come in. So many people, they know themselves. Yeah.
Right now, with the development of racing parks and also the road network in the country, and people trying to experiment with machines, you've seen an influx of bikes in the country.
Yeah.
How do these people come into your business, or mostly will choose working with the dealers or the people they bought from the bikes from to get them fixed?
Okay, one thing I know is, like I told you, there's no serious dealer in Kenya. I don't know if it's Kenyan or it's an African thing. They're all just jokers. Someone can import 1,000 units of a bike, but doesn't have a single spare part of it. So I wouldn't say they're dealers. I would say they're people who sell bikes. And that is now the loophole that makes us grow as a business unit. Because I'll give you a few examples. There is Dayun, they sell Benelli. There's Bet Mobility, they sell their bikes. But getting spare parts from them is harder than getting an actual bike from them. So that actually makes our businesses grow, because now we cover that loophole that they've left behind for everyone. And it's a good thing, and that's now the approach we use. And the only bad thing is they bring Chinese bikes. The Chinese bikes are good for garage business, because those things are, even after 500 kilometers, already calling for parts or requesting to be replaced parts. But they're bad in business because you'll never make it be good. So in terms of people like us who love integrity, who like engineering, as in you can see the actual engineering part of working on the Chinese bikes is a bit, most mechanics hate it. I even know a friend of mine On his gate it's written, no Chinese bikes allowed beyond this part. Yeah. So we like more of working on these Japanese bikes, the European bikes, Italian bikes, US made bikes, because these are people who are serious with engineering. It's a bike that when you finish on it, you finish work on it, you feel like you've done something. You feel an achievement. And I'll say that is one of the things that makes us proud. Yeah, it's like I say, food for the soul. Yeah.
You have plenty of Yamaha and BMW here. Any other brands of bicycles you have motorbikes, superbikes you're dealing in?
Okay, I'll say I'm a hoe when it comes to bikes. I work on all brands. The well-engineered bikes are always my forte because I love working on people who think. I like people who go the extra mile to engineer their products. So you'll always get me working on a Ducati, you'll always get me working on a Yamaha, you'll always get me working on a Aprilia. I'll go even to the call what, Royal Enfields, the classic bikes and everything. It's because we engineers naturally, we like going the extra mile, we like being challenged every day. So the current challenge now is most bikes 2016 plus, they're more software driven. These are bikes that if you don't have a software machine to diagnose it, you are basically useless. And that is a change that is happening, and that's a change we need to pick in as mechanics. We need to become more software driven.
I'll be coming to that later, just to understand what goes into it. I just also want to understand what services do you offer apart from dealing in bikes? Like you can sell someone. What else do you do in a bike? Do you do a total revamp reconstruction of the bike and then you make it bespoke for a client?
Yeah, when I started this business, I started with a custom approach. In the fact that we like engineering, it's already engineered, but we like to make it perfect. I was speaking from the AMG platform, ABC platform. You see, like I'll give a good example. Let me use that example to bring this here. If you look at Mercedes AMG, the company, they work on cars which have already been engineered to perform. But what they're doing is giving it that extra niche. And that is what was driving my thoughts when I was starting the company. So, as you can see, I actually named the company Racing Customs. Because most people call them race bikes. Because everyone in there buying bikes, no one says, I'm buying a commuter bike, I'm buying a race bike, I'm buying a sports bike. So with that approach, I brought in the race customs aspect. Now, as you can see, now we are more of race tech. Now, it's only in racing that you need that extra niche of performance. You don't need an extra performance to go to work. You don't need extra performance to go say hi to people, to go for a coffee deal. You need extra performance on a track. And that's the approach you use. And that's why, because most of my clients, they want that extra niche, that extra second to beat someone. So that's why we come in. Okay, we give you that extra niche. We engineer things. They're already engineered. But now we look, how do we tweak it to perform? That's where the Racing Customs comes in now. And that has been my biggest forte, because apart from that, on the racetrack, we are well known. We've engineered winning bikes, which is the truth. We've engineered winning races. Because, you know, there is the machine, but the mind has to work on this machine. So when you're engineering the machine, you also have to engineer the mind that is running the machine. So that's where we twine in with the racing. That's why you'll find us racing and at the same time making the bikes, because you cannot make something you don't understand.
So the business goes beyond just the machine,
yes,
to the individual.
To the individual, yes.
Operate the machine.
Yeah.
How exciting and interesting is this business? I have learned a lot, and I know you were here and you were learning a lot. Just before we come up and get more from Ken OYAYA, we take a short break to pay the bills. When we come back, we'll be getting to know what makes a superbike engineer and mechanic tick. Don't you go away.